Hi friends, this is Angelica. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well and enjoying the summer. In this video, I will tell you about how to prepare for the GRE exam if you are a busy person, meaning you're a student or you're working and you can't just study for the exam full time. Now, all these tips are based on my experience. I can say that I did absolutely great on GRE. I could definitely do better. But if you follow these tips, you will probably not make the mistakes that I made and get better results. So let's get started. Now, the first thing to do if you're planning to take the GRE exam is to, definitely register for it and learn more about the test structure. It basically has three sections: the writing part, the academic writing section, qualitative section, and quantitative section. But don't just stop here. Go to the ETS website and try to learn more about what kind of questions they have there, why they have those kinds of questions, and just learn as much as you can about the test, about its duration, about the test centers around you as you can. Just gather information and try to understand it, understand the test better. I know now there's also an option to take it from home, so that's also another thing that you can consider. I prefer to take it from I took it from the test center, and I actually preferred it that way because I have this fear that the technology might stop working or something might happen. So I prefer to take it from the test center, but who knows, maybe taking it from home might actually work better for you. Now, the second step is to do an assessment. It's very important to know where you're standing and how much you can get realistically. And you can do this for free on the ETS website once you register and pay for the test. And you can also do this on many other platforms on the internet that offer GRE test preparation guides and programs. Now, if you do this on one of those platforms, it might actually be better if you're going to study with them, because usually they guarantee some sort of score increase, and if you don't achieve that, they might give you your money back. So this is also an option that you might want to look into. But this is a mistake that I made. I didn't take a test, and I know that I would have done better if I knew realistically at the beginning how poor my skills were at the quantitative section. So make sure you do this. It will only take a couple of hours of your time, but will give you a lot of information about your current knowledge and skills. After this, here are some free resources that I think you should absolutely use. The first one is the Magoosh flashcard application. It's available on the App Store and the Google Play. I'm not sure, but I think it's available there as well. So just download the application, especially the one with the words for the qualitative section, and go through them, when you're commuting or, waiting in line or just have 2 minutes at your hand, because those words are very important for the qualitative section. And even if your English is pretty good, there is a big chance that you won't know those words, because those are not words that you would use in your daily conversations. Those are more words that you would come across in academic settings. So download that application. I will leave a link down in the description below, and start scrolling through them. They also have a flashcard application for the quantitative section. I will link that one in the description down as well. They're free and they're extremely useful, so download them right now if you're going to take the test. GRE also has a guide for the quantitative section with some very basic math. We can also use that to just check how much of it you remember from school, or maybe if, like me, you're not a native speaker, you will just get used to the vocabulary, because, for example, I learned all those terms in Armenian and I had no idea what they were in English. So it was very useful to just go through that guide and refresh my memory of school math, and also learn the terminology in English. And after this, after exhausting all the free resources, and I'm sure there are much many more. And you also have all the YouTube channels and all the blog posts. Choose a platform that you're going to use to study, and here you might have to pay. You will probably have to pay, but it is much cheaper than hiring a tutor. Now, if you can afford a tutor, if you have the time and the means, go ahead and do that. That's wonderful. I personally studied with Magoosh, and I was very happy with the services that they provided and the way that everything is structured. And as an educator, I can give them an A. They're doing a really great job. I would totally recommend them, although they're not sponsoring this video because, my channel is not that big yet. But yeah, there are many resources out there. You can do your own research based on the gaps that you have because you took the pre-assessment test, and just decide what you're going to commit to. And once you have decided which platform you're going to use, you need to also have a schedule and study consistently, because let's be honest, you're not going to use those words that you're learning in your everyday life, or you're not going to use the math in your everyday life. So even if you have a break of like 1 week, you're very likely to forget that knowledge because you're studying. Most of us, like almost all of us, are studying for the test, to pass the test. So make sure that you're very consistent. It's better to study for half an hour every day than to study for like 8 hours one day and not to study for it for like another week or two. So make sure you're consistent so you can actually see the result of your hard work. As I mentioned, watch the YouTube videos and try to see what the experiences of other people were. I found this to be very helpful, especially in preparing for what the test center would look like, because taking several standardized tests, I took IELTS, TOEFL, and GRE. I took GRE twice actually and got the same exact score. I realized that these tests are not only about your knowledge or the knowledge that they're trying to test, but also about your resilience and how well you can perform in a stressful situation, because they do create a stressful situation. They're all proctored. For example, in the GRE test center, they even, they ask you to take off your watch and your jewelry, and they even check your glasses. And you're sitting in front of the camera, and it can be a lot if you don't expect that and you find yourself in that environment. So try to watch all these experience videos on YouTube and see how you can best prepare yourself mentally for the environment that you're going to be in. As a bonus tip, I also have a recommendation to acquire a skill that doesn't have anything to do with GRE directly, but you will find very, very helpful, and that skill is touch typing. There are, again, millions of websites that can teach you that for free online, but when you are doing the writing section of your test, you don't want to spend a lot of time looking for the keys and then, looking at the keyboard and then checking if you spelled that correctly on the screen. You want to be very quick and focus on your thoughts and the structure of your essay that you're going to write, and being able to type everything quickly will actually be a really useful skill. Yeah, so this much for today. Good luck to you for your GRE. I hope you do great. And if you have any questions, any comments, write them down below. Like, share, subscribe, maybe send it to a friend who might find it useful. And I'll see you here again in a week. Bye.